You just got a raise, or your side hustle finally started making real money, or your investments are up, or you paid off a big debt. And the first thing you want to do, the absolute first instinct, is tell someone, your best friend, your family, your partner, maybe even post it online. Don't. I'm not being dramatic. I'm not being paranoid. What I'm about to tell you is one of the most important rules of building real wealth, and almost nobody talks about it, because the moment you start telling people about your money, a silent, invisible process begins that will quietly sabotage everything you've worked for. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the wealthiest people on the planet guard their financial information like a state secret, and you'll never make the mistake of talking about your money again. Welcome to The Lazy Wealth Bro. Let's get into it. In 2019, researchers at New York University ran a fascinating study on human behavior and financial success. They tracked two groups of people who had set significant financial goals: saving a certain amount of money, starting a business, paying off debt. One group was told to keep their goals completely private, tell no one. The other group was encouraged to share their goals with friends and family, announce them publicly, get support. Guess which group was more successful? The private group, by a massive margin. And the reason why will change the way you think about everything. When you tell someone about your financial progress, I just saved $5,000, or my business is finally profitable, your brain experiences something called a social reality. The act of sharing the achievement triggers the same reward centers in your brain as actually completing the goal. You get the dopamine hit, the feeling of success, the validation, and then your brain, being the lazy, energy-conserving machine that it is, quietly reduces your motivation to keep going. Because on a subconscious level, you already got the reward. Silence isn't just a strategy, it's a superpower. But the psychological self-sabotage is just the beginning. Because when you tell people about your money, you don't just hurt yourself, you invite a whole set of external forces that will work against you in ways you never expected. Let me walk you through exactly what happens. The moment people know you have money, everyone becomes a financial expert. Your uncle, who has been broke his entire life, suddenly has very strong opinions about what you should do with your savings. Your coworker, who carries credit card debt, starts telling you which stocks to buy. Your friend, who has never invested $1 in her life, thinks you should put everything in crypto. None of these people have any idea what they're talking about. But because you told them about your money, you now have to navigate their unsolicited advice, their judgments, and their projections constantly. Silence protects you from noise. This one is subtle but devastating. The moment people know you're doing well, financially, the social contract changes. Suddenly you're expected to pick up the check at dinner. Suddenly you're the one who should be lending money when someone is in trouble. Suddenly, people stop offering to split things because you can afford it. It doesn't matter that you worked incredibly hard for every dollar. It doesn't matter that you still have financial goals you're working toward. In the minds of the people around you, you have money now, and that changes how they treat you, what they expect from you, and what they feel entitled to ask of you. The wealthiest people in the world understand this deeply. That's why you'll often see billionaires driving ordinary cars, living in modest neighborhoods, wearing clothes that give nothing away. It's not always about humility. Sometimes it's about protection. And this one is the darkest. Human beings are tribal creatures. We evolved in small groups where resources were scarce and equality was a survival mechanism. When someone in the group got significantly more than everyone else, it triggered a threat response. That ancient wiring hasn't gone away. It just wears a modern disguise. When you tell people about your financial success, especially people who are struggling themselves, you are activating a resentment response that they may not even be consciously aware of. They will smile to your face, they will congratulate you, and then, in quiet moments, they will root against you. Not because they're bad people, because they're human. The people who build quiet wealth, who save, invest, and grow their money in silence, never have to deal with this, because nobody knows there's anything to resent. Let's talk about the most predictable thing that will happen when people find out you have money. Someone will ask to borrow it. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a close friend, maybe it's someone you've known for 20 years, and they'll come to you with a real problem. A medical bill, a car that broke down, a business idea they need seed money for, and they'll look you in the eye and ask for help. And here's where it gets complicated. Because you want to help. Of course you do. These are people you love. But here's what the data says about personal loans between friends and family. Studies consistently show that over 70% of personal loans between people who know each other are never fully repaid. 70%. And in the majority of cases where the loan isn't repaid, or is repaid slowly, or with excuses, the relationship suffers permanent damage. You don't just lose the money, you lose the friendship, you lose the family harmony, you lose the dynamic that existed before. And the cruelest part? If they had never known you had the money to lend, they never would have asked. The request only exists because you talked. Silence doesn't just protect your wealth, it protects your relationships. Here's another thing that happens. When you start making more money, and the people around you know about it, social pressure to spend. When your friends know you got a raise, there's an invisible pressure to upgrade your lifestyle to match your new income. Nicer restaurants, better vacations, a new car, a bigger apartment. Because now that everyone knows you're doing well, there's a social expectation that your life should look like it. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it is one of the most effective wealth destroyers that exists, because it doesn't feel like losing money. It feels like living better. It feels like enjoying your success. It feels like you've earned it. But here's what's actually happening. Every dollar you spend upgrading your lifestyle to match other people's expectations is a dollar that isn't compounding in your investments. It's a dollar that isn't building the financial freedom you're actually working toward. The people who build generational wealth, the kind that lasts beyond one lifetime, are almost universally known for one thing. They live well below their means. Not because they're miserable, but because they understand that the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to be free. And you can't achieve that freedom if you're spending every raise on a lifestyle upgrade to impress people who are watching your bank account because you told them about it. Let's talk about some real examples, because this isn't just theory. Warren Buffett, worth over $100 billion, still lives in the same house in Omaha, Nebraska, that he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He drives himself to McDonald's for breakfast. He doesn't talk publicly about his personal spending. He doesn't post his portfolio online. He doesn't tell people what he's buying until he's already bought it and profits have been made. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx and one of the wealthiest self-made women in history, has spoken publicly about how she told almost no one about her business idea in the early years, not because she was secretive by nature, but because she knew that other people's doubt, skepticism, and well-meaning discouragement could kill something fragile before it had a chance to grow strong. She called it protecting the idea, but it applies to money just as much. Mark Zuckerberg famously wears the same style of clothes every day, not because he can't afford variety, but because he has deliberately chosen to reduce the signals of wealth in his daily life. It's a philosophy: signal less, build more. The pattern is consistent across almost every person who has built lasting, real wealth. They talk about money less. They display money less. They discuss their finances with almost no one, and they are radically, deliberately private about their financial progress. Now, because I don't want you going home and never speaking to anyone again, let's talk about the exceptions. Because there are people you should share your financial situation with. Very specific people, in very specific contexts. Your financial advisor. Obviously, this person cannot help you if they don't know the full picture, but choose carefully. A qualified, fee-only financial advisor who has a legal fiduciary duty to act in your interest, not someone who makes commissions from selling you products. Your accountant or tax professional. Again, they need the full picture to help you legally minimize your tax burden. This is not optional. Your partner or spouse. If you are building a life with someone, financial transparency within that relationship is not just important, it's essential. Hidden money is as damaging to a relationship as hidden debt. The key word is within. What happens between the two of you stays between the two of you. A trusted mentor who has actually built wealth themselves. Not someone who wants to give advice. Someone who has already walked the path you're trying to walk. Their experience is genuinely valuable. Everyone else's opinion is just noise. Outside of these four, keep it quiet, keep it private, keep building. We need to talk about social media specifically, because social media has created a generation of people who share every financial milestone online, and it is destroying their ability to build real wealth. The vacation flex, the new car post, the I just hit my first $10,000 saved announcement, the business revenue screenshot. Every single one of these posts activates every single one of the problems we've talked about. The resentment, the loan requests, the expectation shifts, the lifestyle inflation pressure, all of it broadcast to hundreds or thousands of people at once. And here's the bitter irony. The people who post about their wealth online are almost never the people who have the most of it, the truly wealthy, the people who have built lasting financial security, are almost invisible on social media because they learned early that the game of appearing wealthy and the game of actually being wealthy are not just different games, they are opposite games. Every dollar spent on looking rich is a dollar not working toward being free. Post less, build more. So here it is, the lazy wealth bro rule. Simple, memorable, life-changing. When it comes to your money, your income, your savings, your investments, your financial goals, your net worth, your side hustle revenue, treat it like a password. You wouldn't post your password online. You wouldn't tell it to people who don't strictly need it. You wouldn't bring it up in casual conversation. And if someone asks for it in a context that doesn't make sense, you'd be suspicious. Your financial information deserves the same protection. Not because you're ashamed, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because the information is yours. It serves you best when it's protected. And the moment it leaves your control, it starts working against you in ways you can't fully predict or manage. Build in silence, win in silence. The results will speak for themselves to exactly the right people at exactly the right time, on your terms. The moment you start making money, shut up, not forever, not with everyone, but as a default setting, as a lifestyle choice, as a foundational principle of how you operate financially. Silence is a strategy. The psychological research backs it. The behavior of the world's wealthiest people confirms it. And the painful experiences of countless people who talked too early, shared too much, and lost not just money, but relationships because of it. They prove it. Build quietly. Protect your progress. Let the results do the talking. That's the lazy wealth bro way. And if this hit different today, you know what to do. Subscribe. Because next week, we're breaking down another wealth secret they forgot to teach you. We'll see you in the next one.